Elaine's with me now. We're just laughing at the hair.
I know, well.
It was big. It was huge.
It was that time, wasn't it?
It was of that
Everything
time.
was big.
Everything was
the
massive.
80s.
Yeah, the 80s.
Yeah.
Big hair. Lots and lots of big
shoulders,
pads,
everything, yeah.
Big dinner plate things, you know, big. I remember it well. I do remember it well. Now, look, your new album is out. It's a cracker. I don't know how you managed to pick your favourites. It's on 3 CDs.
It was difficult, let me tell you.
Yeah, I bet it was.
I mean, we actually had a list when we started. I think you could have had 6 CDs of it, but
sure.
We managed in the end to, you know, to whittle it down.
Yeah.
And it was kind of born out of the radio show, really, in the sense that, you know, everybody writes in every week for their favourite song they want to be played, and I kind of got to thinking, I thought, well, if I made a list of everybody, you know, the ones that are most popular, and then put my own list of favourites together, and this is what we've come up with. It's
perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I love your show. I sing along to your show. I'm so glad you can't hear me. But I do, and it's a joyful show. It really is.
Well, I think, you know, the music is such that it, you know, crosses the gamut of styles, and it is one of those songs. Even I do sit there and sing along as well. I mean, it's infectious in a way, isn't it?
It is. It's
the music.
Absolutely brilliant. It's incredible to think, you know, you've been doing this for over 50 years, as you said.
Was on the brink, really, of thinking I might give it all up because I just couldn't quite get the right parts, you know, to play it. And then Evita came along. Thank heavens she was only 5'2".
Because that was the thing you were always saying, because you're tiny.
Yeah.
You're a tiny petite lady.
As you are, and you know what it's like, you know, and in the theatre, you know, if you have a leading man of average height or tall, then I would look particularly small next to him. So that seemed to be the problem until Evita.
I know, you were kind of born to do that, really. It's amazing, amazing. Still, it gets shown. That's the thing about, and so many of these musicals that you talk about, they're still running. Cats is still running. Cats runs everywhere. And that, again, that was another one we really associate with you. Nearly killed you, though, Cats. You had an accident. We could have lost you.
Well, it wasn't an accident. I managed to kind of steer clear of it. It could have been a serious accident. You know, the Heaviside Layer at the end, when the character goes up the stairs to the Heaviside Layer, and it's one of those things with lots of smoke and, you know, dry ice and everything, and the lighting was pretty dim, and the staircase would come down from the flies, and very narrow stairs. So, and I've got small feet, but they weren't even the width of my feet, as it were. So I had to be very careful going up. And I can remember one performance in particular, getting nearly to the top, and my foot slipping off one of these narrow little steps. Luckily, I was very near the top, and the company manager used to stand up there and sort of winch me off the staircase and managed to catch hold of me. Otherwise, I would have plummeted.
It'd have been a disaster.
It could have been a disaster, but we averted it.
It would have been terrible. But you've had such a huge, huge successful career. It has been incredible.
I've been very lucky, yeah.
Well, I suppose there always is a bit of luck.
So I've been very fortunate in that some goodies like that came along.
Some crackers, some absolute crackers. Do you ever think to yourself, your career's been so successful, but, you know, obviously you're very happy with your partner. Kids didn't quite happen, but actually there's, you know, it balances itself out, doesn't it?
Well, you know, I think my life in the theatre has really been the thing that's driven me.
Of course.
I mean, you know, that's the thing in life that has motivated me, really. But listen, you know, I can't complain about anything. I have the most God-given life, really. I'm doing what I love still. That in itself, to me, seems pretty amazing, that after 50 years I can still do what I really want to do. And you know, life is just grand. I mean, it's... Fingers crossed. I'm not going to say any more, just in case. Where's the wood?
Of course, of course. And I think, in many ways, you sound better than ever. I don't know what it is. It's just that kind of... Maybe it's maturity, maybe it's experience.
Well, I think the older you get, really, the voice changes completely, obviously. That's true. You know, some of the upper register isn't quite as it was, but I think now the mix, I'm singing more in my head voice than I've sung for a long time. And I think it just changes, it alters. And I'm more relaxed as a person now as well, so I think that helps as well.
If you'd like to see even more great guests, then click here. There are plenty more fantastic interviews to come, so make sure that you subscribe.